Well, hello. Welcome to our Pioneer Open House. Come on in. Before we take you to the display, let me show you something very special. This is brand new. My grandson-in-law is a master of leather, and he just put leather binding on all 5 of the new books. Aren't they just beautiful? Next to those are the hardcovers, and then the paperback. So there you have it. Well, come on over and see the books. Forever Stalwart, The Journey of 3 Pioneer Families, Titus Billings, Isaac Morley, and Edward Tuttle. This is the original first big fat book that came out. And as most of you know, Aunt Ruthie said, the trouble with your book is it's too heavy to read in bed. It's probably too heavy for me to show one-handed, but I'm going to try. At the end of every chapter is a historical background that gives references so you can find the facts that are included. If ever we have something fictitious added, we make that known. At the very back of the book, there is an appendix for each of the 3 families. Now in this big book, everything had to be black and white. But we are reformatting volume 6 of this new series, and it has all of these appendix things in color. There's the bibliography, here's the appendix. These will be in color in the new book. There you have it. This is still available. It is available on Kindle, and very, very soon it will be available as a talking book. We have it already recorded, uploaded, passed the quality check. It is processing. It takes a few weeks to do so, but it will be available soon. Sign up for my newsletter so I can let you know when it's out. And that will be fun to be able to listen to it while you work or while you color. I just learned something interesting. If any of you have Amazon's Kindle Select, you can get this whole book for free. And every time you swipe a page, every time you read a page, I get points, I get credit for it. So if you would like to do that, it would be very helpful. I know our grandson is reading it to his children every night. Stuart, if you have Kindle Select, you might want to pull that up and let one of the children turn the pages digitally as you read the hard copy. That would just be super cool. All right, so the big book then was divided into 5 smaller books to tell the story. Forever Stalwart in Ohio is a time of discovery. Each volume comes in hardcover, paperback, and with a coloring book. Ohio is where Titus and Diantha discover each other and the Book of Mormon. And you'll notice a stagecoach here. It is very significant because Joseph Smith had to make a trip to get paper for the Press and Independence. And at the end of book 1, he tells it was necessary to change steamers. While loading the precious paper onto the Charleston, Joseph's company was greeted by Titus Billings and the Kirtland Saints on their journey to Zion. Together they traveled the long, windy Ohio River to St. Louis, Missouri. On account of so many delays, Joseph Smith felt imperative to make a journey in shorter time than usual. And leaving the party at St. Louis, he took a stage for Independence, carrying his cargo, his load of paper. He records with satisfaction that he made the trip by the 24th of April, only 23 days from Kirtland to Independence. Remarkable. What a challenge it was to travel in those days. Book 2 is Forever Stalwart in Missouri. This is a time of testing. And there are so many tests. Again, we have hardcover, paperback, and a coloring book. At the end of each coloring book, there is a crossword puzzle. You'll find the answers to the puzzle as you read the story. Book 3 is Stalwart, Forever Stalwart in Illinois, a time of sacrifice. Oh, the sacrifices the saints were called upon to make. In Illinois, even their beloved prophet was sacrificed. Volume 4 is Forever Stalwart, Crossing the Plains in Iowa, Nebraska, and Wyoming. Of course, we have the covered wagons. Again, hard copy, paperback, or coloring book and coloring book. I recommend the paperback because the hard copies are sure expensive, but you know they're kind of fun to sit on the shelf when you see all the spines lined up together. Volume 5, Forever Stalwart in Utah, a time of refining. Many, many different experiences, refining experiences in Utah. Now, I was disappointed when I went to all the work to make these coloring books, and they were so expensive. I guess because of the covers, because the insides are just black and white. So I decided to combine them all together in one collection. This book has all the pictures from all 5 volumes, and it has all of the crossword puzzles. And buying this saves you a lot of money if you want to be economical. We did find that the alcohol markers bleed through, and I can't make all of these pages without a back. So we found colored pencils, and we love the scripture crayons for coloring. Now, here is my excitement. Amazon KDP does not publish Coil, but we found a publisher that does. These are available only on my website. These are the Coil ones, and they just open up so you can do them more easily. This one, I've really worked to make the cost as effective as I possibly could. Well, there you have it. That's the Forever Stalwart series. Talking Tulips is a true story from World War II. My father, Evan A. Billings, joined the Army Air Corps the day after he graduated from high school, and many of the stories he saw were not possible to share, but this one was. I wrote the book and got it approved before he died, but we were still working on the illustrations. This book is available in paperback on Amazon, but Amazon doesn't do hardcover for under 72 pages, which picture books are never that long. So we can get it available through Lulu. Get it on my website. Just go to the website, it connects you to everything. If you want the hard copy or the paperback is available on Amazon. So these are treasures of Dad's. This represents little Meta. This doll was a treasure Dad sent to Mother before they were married while he was in the war. As a child, I got to take it to show and tell. He's a little Air Force or Army Air Corps guy. You throw him up and he comes down in the parachute. After I finished writing this book and getting Dad's approval, he presented me this little treasure. Okay, now let's move to the discount table. I have 8 copies of Talking Tulip. They're hardcover. I am going to let these go for $25 each. They're actually available still at $29.99, but I have these copies available for this open house. I thought if anybody wanted to cash and carry them, so since we're doing virtually, you can purchase it on my website. Now, if you live close by and want to pick it up to save shipping, let me know. And when you go there, be careful. Make sure you watch for the discounted one. There's only 8 copies. First come, first serve. Okay, now this is a big giveaway special. These books are less than perfect. Let me explain. Every book has a typo, my published writer friend said, but I was heartbroken when my Noah and the Ark book came out with some typos. It is a hard back cover, and it has the original illustrations in it on good quality paper. But the first batch that came out had a pink stripe down the side of the front and the back cover. They aren't ugly. In fact, the child probably wouldn't even notice them. But I didn't feel like with that being off and some typos, I could sell them at full price. What to do? Well, I want to make this open house very special. So I'm going to offer these books at $5 each. I know that's way below the cost it is to print them, but these books need a home. And if you know a child who would enjoy a book, even if it had a pink stripe on it, even if it had a typo in it, this might be the one. Go to my website and look for Noah Knew It on the discount table. Here is one more fantastic bargain for this open house. I have 2 complete sets of the brand new 5-volume coloring books. These need to be sold as a complete set. They're actually available on Amazon at $9.99 each. These are good copies, just like you would get for $9.99. But because I have 2 complete sets and because I want this to be a super unforgettable open house, I am going to let these 2 sets go at $5 each. 5 books at $5, totaling 25%. I only have 2 sets, so first come, first serve. Find them on my website in the bookstore. Last but not least, I am trying a very daring experiment and hope Amazon is okay with it. So, for 24 hours on the 24th of July, Pioneer Day, I am going to discount all 5 of the new Forever Stalwart volumes to $10 each. Now, the books are priced according to how many pages, and some are larger than others. Illinois has more pages than the others, so it costs more. But I'm going to go ahead and knock them all down to $10 each. For families who really want to get them all, I'm trying to make it possible. This is only going to be for 24 hours. These will be printed fresh on demand and mailed to you from Amazon. So the number is unlimited, but the time is not. It can only go for 24 hours. If you need any or know anyone who does, let them know. This is the best time ever to buy the Pioneer books on Pioneer Day. Before you go, I would like to introduce an affiliate author. This is Christine Mitchell Clements, my daughter, who just this year introduced a series of books about her grandchildren. They're called the Toe Travel Adventure series, and the Not So Silly Stone. Grandpa Rocky leaves the children a little rock in a treasure chest. They soon discover that it is a magic stone, and it carries them into stories that he once told. This magical children's series takes young readers to amazing times and places while teaching them values from American Bible and Book of Mormon history. The starter book is available. It usually sells for $14.95. She's letting us sell it for $12, and we have 3 of those available. 4 of the Honesty Value set are available today in our bookstore on my website for $30 for the set. Now, discounting her books to $12 each was remarkable, but if you buy the set, she's cutting it down to $10 each. Very generous, Christy, thank you. We also have 5 sets of the Listening Value available for the same generous price. The next few are just single books. We have 2 copies of Battlefield Cookies, 1 copy of Sugar Coats and Lies Don't Float, and 1 copy of Worth More Than Money. These are all available on the website. Go to the bookstore and look for the discount table. And thank you, Christine, for sharing. Before I got ill, I had plans with my healthy granddaughters to come and make herbal tea for refreshments and healthy cookies. I had healthy seed nut cookies and healthy embellished brownies and what I call caramel cashews. It's really a pitted date with a cashew in the center. Those were to be our refreshments. I apologize that you can't come and get them, but thanks for coming virtually. And maybe you can make your own treats or come and see me when I get better and I'll find you something. Hoping to give more people a chance to sign up for the door prize drawing, we have decided to have it at 4 o'clock today on Pioneer Day. So watch for that. And that's the open house. You're welcome to come through as many times as you like. You're welcome to go to the bookstore and buy anything you want. Thank you so much for your support. Have a great, happy Pioneer Day. Bye now.